life history of the late Mr. Justice Frederick Okusakoli. Mr. Justice Frederick Okusakoli was born in Florida on August 26, 1927. He was educated at ECM Primary School, Florida. He then continued at Additional College from 1943 to 1948, where he was a house prefect. He passed his O-level examinations with distinction. In 1948, there was a college strike in protest against the arrest of the Big Six by the colonial administration in the struggle for independence. He was rusticated as a result of the strike. His father employed private teachers to prepare him for his advanced level examinations, which he passed with flying colors. In 1950, his father sponsored him to go to Sierra Leone, where he studied successfully at Kura Bay College. He then went to the United Kingdom in 1954 to pursue legal studies. He was admitted to the Honourable Society of the Middle Temple in 1957 as a student and completed his course in 2 years. He immediately returned to Ghana and joined the office of the Attorney General. He rose quickly to become a senior state attorney in 1966. He was elevated to the bench as a High Court judge in 1971 and discharged his functions with distinction. Justice Okusakoli was not a person who was bound by unbending conservatism for his own sake. He was not afraid to explore and expand the frontiers of the law. As far back as 1976, before the Interstate Succession Act of 1985, PNC Law 111, put peace protection at customary law where marriage laws have been passed. Justice Sakoli sought to give protection to a wife who contributed to the estate of the deceased husband in the celebrated case of Rebeset and Carr, reported in Volume 2 of the 1976 Ghana Law Reports at page 46. Justice Sakoli also delivered the judgment in Ghana Commercial Bank versus Taberi, reported in Volume 1 of the 1977 Ghana Law Reports at page 329, which is one of the celebrated cases on the setting aside of the default judgment. In the case of Ado and Ado, reported in Volume 2 of the 1973 Ghana Law Reports at page 103, divorce matter, Justice Sakoli expounded the boundaries of unreasonable behavior when he stated that, quote, persistently refusing a young wife sexual intercourse over a long period constituted unreasonable behavior, such that the wife ought not to be called upon to endure it any longer, end of quote. Justice Okusakoli was married to Yvonne and had 5 children. His widow, Mrs. Yvonne Sakoli, passed away in 2018. He was a quiet yet very sociable gentleman and a leading member of a number of clubs in society. He was also a keen golfer and tennis player. Brian is remembered with affection and respect by everyone who came into contact with him, both professionally and personally. The inscription on his erected bust at the forecourt of the Supreme Court building in Accra reads as follows: Mr. Justice Frederick Okusakoli will be remembered as the cool, calm, and collected gentleman, the very embodiment of courtesy, hard work, being fair and fair. He exhibited judicial taciturnity and versatility. He was committed to his family, work, and God. Thank you.
The late Mrs. Justice Cecilia Afran Franklin Adu. Mrs. Justice Cecilia Franklin Adu was born on May 24, 1936 in Asini, Isuta, her hometown, to Mr. Philip A. Daisy and Madame Adwa Kosa. After her preliminary education, she continued her schooling at Ola and Holy Child Secondary School, Peoples. Then went abroad for further education. After her preparatory studies, she entered the University of Hull, where she distinguished herself with merit and credit. She obtained the Bachelor of Laws degree with honors in 1963 and was called the English Bar. Cecilia returned home in 1964 and first engaged in private legal practice in the firm of Echampo and Company. There, she immediately showed great promise, rising to eminence at the bar. Marital relations and responsibilities moved her to Accra soon after, and she decided to join the judicial service. She started as a district magistrate in July 1966. Her rise in the service was quite meteoric, and she was ultimately appointed the High Court judge in 1975. Mrs. Justice Franklin Abbey was one of 3 female Superior Court justices at the time she became a High Court judge in 1975. At the time of her death, only 1 female had been added to that number. Over 50 of her judgments are reported in the Ghana Law Reports. Popular among them is Latte and Latte Company Limited versus Beanie and another, delivered in 1980 and reported in Volume 1 of the 1988 Ghana Law Reports at page 590. He had a sharp and penetrating brain for unraveling problems. Her judgments followed systematic logical reasoning. She was cut out for the profession she chose. She was a keen worker who toiled night and day to produce decisions and judgments that will forever stand out for their elegance of reasoning. Here what she had to say when during the AFRC era, proceedings for a writ of habeas corpus were brought before her in the case The Republic versus the Director of Prisons and another expert reported in the 1981 Ghana Law Reports at page 554. In her judgment, he observed at page 576 as follows, and I quote, "One must not lose sight of the fact that in a revolution, a lot of things happen, and nobody questions the makers of such coup d'etat. However, when they seek to clothe their actions with the responsibility of legality, then, sitting as a judge, I will have to look at these things clothed with legality, with reference to the norms of legality with which we are familiar, and the tests of validity that are applicable to the acts of all legal tribunals. We are all witnesses to what happened during the AFRC era. People used that period as an opportunity to settle old scores. A lot of atrocities were committed in the name of the AFRC. Those who were exposed were punished, but others went clean through the net. If the acts of those who went through the net were to be brought up to the courts now, and the transitional provisions be pleaded in the name of justice in defense of such an act, it will surely not. End of quote. She was the first judge to have questioned the transitional provisions of the Armed Forces Revolutionary Council inserted in the 1979 Constitution, and she set free an AFRC convict. She also decided a case involving the routing workers of Ghana Industrial Holding Corporation who attacked Parliament in the Third Republic. Mr. Amatepe, one of the leaders of the workers, subsequently became a member of the Provisional National Defense Council, the ruling government at the time of her death. He was tried and convicted of his role in their murder. Cecilia was a keen Christian and Catholic, a good mother and wife. She maintained a healthy balance between her family life and her work without giving excuses on either front. She predeceased both her parents. She left behind a son and daughter. Dr. Gustav Branton Abbey, her husband, before whose very eyes she was abducted, never recovered from the shock and felt total control of her thoughts. She was a deeply religious mother, wife, and judge. May her soul continue to rest in peace.
History of the late Mr. Justice Kojo Ajay-Ajapon. The late Mr. Justice Kojo Ajay-Ajapon was born at Oyoko, the Ashanti region in November 1926. He began his education at the nearby Socorro Local Authority Methodist Primary School and moved on to Secondary Methodist School, where as a result of his academic excellence, he received a scholarship from the Methodist Church to pursue his secondary education at Evansville in Cape Coast in 1942. After obtaining his Cambridge School certificate in 1946, Ajay John, as he was popularly known, went to Wesley College to undertake a teacher training course. In 1948, he completed a course with distinction, obtaining a Grade A teacher's certificate. He returned to his alma mater, Evansville, where he carved a niche for himself in the teaching profession. He was full of humor and was famed for his use of the Queen's English and Latin expressions. In 1954, he proceeded to the United Kingdom on a Cocoa Marketing Board scholarship and entered King's College, University of London, where he obtained his LLB in 1958. He was called to the Inner Temple in February 1960. He returned to Ghana in 1961, engaging first in private legal practice with the late Mr. Amankwetia. A couple of years later, Kojo Ajay-Ajapon moved on to set up his own private legal firm at Edum in Kumasi with his lifelong friend and legal partner K.A.T. Amankwa. After a successful career and upon high recommendation by the presiding judge in Kumasi and the Judicial Council, Justice Kojo Ajay-Ajapon was elevated to the position of a High Court judge in September 1977. In his short stay on the bench, he exhibited industry, sat for long hours, and showed a lot of promise. It is not by chance that he was named as the only High Court judge to serve on the Transitional Supreme Court in the historic constitutional case of 1988 between the PMP government and Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Justice Ajapon is noted for his ruling in the unreported case of Remian and Remian that was upheld by the Court of Appeal in Remian and Remian, reported in the 1981 Ghana Law Report Act 275. It is an oft-cited authority in the law of trust and matrimonial causes. He was appointed chairman of the Committee of Inquiry to investigate the circumstances surrounding the Accra Railway Station shooting incident. In May 1979, a second-year student of Commonwealth Hall, University of Ghana, was shot and killed by a police constable during student demonstrations. Ironically, in June 1980, whilst presenting the final report of the committee to the PMP government, Justice Ajapon lamented the unwarranted use of firearms by the police to control a rather peaceful student protest. Little did he know that a similar fate would befall him in 2 years in more tragic circumstances. Justice Kojo Ajay-Ajapon, who was married to Comfort, left behind sons and daughters. The inscription on erected bars at the forecourt of the Supreme Court building, Accra, in his memory reads, he said, Justice Kojo Ajay-Ajapon will be remembered for his simple and unassuming manner, his prodigious capacity and love for judicial work, and his abhorrence for violence. He was a committed father, husband, and a judge. May the Almighty God grant Justice Kojo Ajay-Ajapon and all the departed colleagues, and especially the patrons, continued rest in peace. Thank you.
The AC, 40 years ago, your bumpire said, a big NCC, you intimate your mind, sir, in India for Sir Judges, Yamom King said, Omunyo, one in the country. Abeku Ashom, a poem. And yes, it's your vampire said, Yankopon, the Omukradis. Not a Bushia Omuja, which you or more. Say, Ghana mine, the between point. Say, the arrest you now, ever set a radim. Not Yama and Mara, I use Sina, as a